Hello! Yay, sorry for the delay, you guys. Technology works sometimes and not so much, but anyways, okay, so I wanted to talk to you guys about fragrance. The holidays, it seems to come up even more than it ever did before, and we're just kind of inundated, and it's just at a little bit higher level. So I wanted to talk you through this essential in life. So we're going to talk about some different options that you've got, and just a little bit more about fragrance in general. So, like I said, it's everywhere that you'll look and you'll see fragrance from your soaps and your lotions, your cleaning products, more obvious places like your wall plugins and your candles, and of course your fragrance perfume, colognes. Those are going to be in your obvious, places there. But there are some things that you can actually do to replace those. So why does this matter? Well, there is just about zero regulation from the government on what they can put in their products when it says fragrance. They can legally hide just about anything in their products. And so the reason that this matters is there have been a series of health problems that are actually related to fragrance in products. And that can be anything from skin irritation or allergy problems all the way up to cancer. So it really is a big deal to be a little bit more aware of this one ingredient in our products. As you go forward, and you're probably thinking, well, that's great, it's in everything, so what can I do? Well, you just have to learn to be a little bit more mindful and start looking for products that, are listing out what their ingredients are. If it says natural fragrance, they're still hiding what their natural fragrance is. You need to start looking for the oils basically that they're using to create that scent. Otherwise, it's just a synthetic fragrance, and that's what's linked to all those different problems. So there are a ton of options that you can use instead of your synthetic fragrance. And I just want to kind of go through a few different things with you. So when you're trying to get rid of your synthetic fragrance, the best option, and you've probably heard of them, is going to be essential oils. And there are some fantastic ways that you can still have those yummy scents using your essential oils and for gifts or just in your house. So here's a couple of different things that I do. I have some essential oils, and for me, when it comes to my essential oils, I am pretty much organic only, and that's just because for organics, you get to know exactly what it is. If it's certified, you'll see like a little tiny emblem on the side. It's a little circle, and it says USDA organic. And that means there are regulations that the government does have, and they're very specific, and you know that you're not using anything that would still have that same synthetic irritations and problems linked. So I try to stay with organic. Doesn't mean you have to, but when you are sourcing your essential oils, you do want to make sure it's on the natural side. There are synthetic ones out there. So I'm going to give you guys some links in the comments once we're all done for you to kind of go in and search and dig a little bit deeper into some safer alternatives. You can find essential oils everywhere from the grocery store to anywhere online. So just be mindful of where you're looking for those. So for right now, what I've been doing for my essential oils is I have done a couple of different things. I've, of course, replaced all the wall plugins in the house that we've had, and I've kind of gone with a couple of different things. So the quickest and fastest way to have essential oils envelop the room a little bit more is to actually diffuse them. Now, when you're diffusing them, they have a completely different property and I guess an effect, if you will, than other ways you might be used to having fragrance in your house. When you diffuse an essential oil, you actually only want to run it for about 30 minutes because especially when you're getting something that's therapeutic grade and organic, again, those are the two things that you kind of want to be looking for when you're shopping for essential oils. You'll want to I'm sorry, totally lost my train of thought there. When you're sourcing for your oils and you've got your therapeutic grade, what that means is there are kind of medicinal elements that you can use. So some people will use it for anxiety. Some actually help you ward off any sickness in the house for cold and flu season. It just kind of keeps the bugs at bay. And there's just an endless option of ways you can use essential oils. So one of the ones that I use with diffusing is going to be like a 5 Defense oil, and it actually does a really, really good job of keeping germs out of the house. It just naturally kills airborne illnesses. So there are some things when it comes to diffusing, if you're using for that purpose, you'll want to make sure that if you've got any kids under 6, and again under 2, there are some oils that you want to be a little strict on and or avoid altogether. So if you ever have any questions on that, please reach out to me directly. One of them actually under the age of 2 is going to be peppermint. And you're going to see a lot of this coming up just here in a couple of days. Tons of peppermint is everywhere. And when it is in the purest form, under 2, it's something you want to be careful of. So what are some other things that I do? Well, I wanted something that I could use my use in my house all the time, that I wasn't solely, diffusing because you can only run it for 30 minutes a day. I wanted something that would permanently replace those, the wax warmers that we're all familiar with, the wall plugins and stuff like that. Well, you can actually warm essential oils, and I decided to try with one of my wax warmers. I actually got from Target. I have actually just taken a teaspoon of the organic coconut oil, a teaspoon, dropped it on in, and I added a couple of my oils there. You don't have to use a ton of oils. And when you're diffusing, you only want like 8 to 10 drops. When you're running it in your wax warmer, I put about 15 in there just because I'm running it all day long, but you don't need a ton. And you can have them throughout your house, so you can have different scents in each room, and it can just run continuously. Now, of course, be careful and don't leave it running when you're not home, but it is a good way to have those nice holiday or just in general yummy scents in your house. So that's one good way to do that there. Now, what have I used for this last couple, kind of like that spicier, warm? I have actually used 5 Defense coupled with sweet orange and nutmeg, and it smelled delicious in here. So we've really enjoyed that, and it's been just, a really nice way to have our house smelling good and fighting off all the stinky germs and everything else from 2 dogs, 2 cats, and a kid. So like I said, we really have a lot to kind of ward off here. So of course there are other things that you can do. There are candles, and you can source out some really natural candles. You want to make sure, again, that you're using essential oils in their candles, and that their waxes are safe. I know that seems like a lot to kind of source out, so there are a handful of safe alternatives, and I would be happy to share those with you. But candles in general have tons of stuff to avoid in them, from the wax to there can be lead in the wick, all sorts of weird stuff. Just something to start thinking about when you're shopping for candles and when you're shopping for gifts. So it is gift giving season now. So these are some things you can absolutely be giving out to your friends and your family. You can, if you'd like to get a candle that is totally safe, I am happy to help you out there. But you can do hand soaps, that are candy cane hand soaps that smell delicious. And again, when you look at them, they're gonna have ingredients all spelled out for you. Nothing is going to say fragrance, perfume, or parfum on the back of the label. That's how you know if you're getting something that's safe. You've got hand creams, you've got scrubs. There are all sorts of alternatives that you can give to your friends and your family that they will not only thank you for, but they're going to love them because they're just really kind of a fantastic deal. So I hope this kind of shed a little bit of light on how you can use essential oils in your home to replace the synthetic fragrance that, like I said, has been linked to some serious health problems. So I thank you so much for joining me. I always like sharing this information with you guys. So if you ever have any questions, reach out to me. I'm here for you, and I look forward to sharing more with you in the future.